Get ready to sing your heart out. Penn Live Arts is bringing Choir to Philly on Saturday, November 8th, to unite strangers through the power of communal music making. This is your chance to be the performer, singing your way through the greatest songs of all time, from Leonard and Joni to Whitney and Shania. So whether your voice sounds like, or more like, you're invited to this epic sing-along. Get your tickets for November 8th at PennLiveArts.org. Museums are known for their exciting exhibitions and events, but did you know that museums can also be a sanctuary of self-care? Hit pause on your busy week every Wellness Wednesday with Mind and Mood Recharge at the Penn Museum, powered by Penn Medicine. Every first Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m., starting November 5th, get centered with all levels yoga, sound bath, guided meditation sessions, and more in this revitalizing after-hours experience. Penn Medicine staff and patients get in for free. Look for the code from Penn Medicine or show your Penn Medicine ID at the door. For more information, head over to penn.museum/recharge. It's definitely that time of year to get cozy and watch a movie. There's so many films that have been made in or are about Philly. And this month, a new mural was unveiled on the Sampson Street side of the Film Society Center called Films Shaped Our City. Perfect title, featuring many films like The Sixth Sense, 12 Monkeys, and Trading Places. So we're listening back to my conversation with Len Webb and Vincent Williams from the Me Show Mission podcast. They're local film critics, and we talk about some of our favorite Philly films. It's Thursday, October 30th. I'm Trenae Nuri, and here's a list of essential Philly films. It's so good to sit with you guys at the Fiddler Club downtown. Len and Vincent, you both host a podcast called The Me Show Mission. Tell us about what the mission is.
It is two men, one podcast, every Black film ever made. We are on a quest to watch and review every Black film that has been released into the theaters since the dawn of time.
Wow. How far are you on this mission?
Well, we're 400 plus episodes deep, and we are going strong. So,
yeah, and we bounce around. So we'll do 1974's Blazing Saddles, but then we'll go into 2024's Wicked, jump back in the Wayback Machine to our namesake Oscar Micheaux, who is the kind of like the granddaddy of Black film from the early 20th century, and review some of his films like Within Our Gates. We have a good time doing it, giving all of these films the proper cultural recognition that they deserve.
Right.
Okay, so in your quest, how many are Philly films?
Oh, now that's a good question.
Yeah, because
we haven't done Creed yet.
No.
You haven't?
We have not.
No.
We have not, but we did do, spoiler, my favorite Philly movie, which is Trading Places.
Yes, we did that.
With Eddie Murphy.
And Dan Aykroyd and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's not too many I'm trying to think of, because we haven't done Night Catches Us yet.
No, we haven't done Philadelphia.
Denzel Washington,
okay, so,
A Night Catches Us, Kerry Washington, Anthony Mackie, and then Philadelphia, Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks.
Not quite many have been Philadelphia films, to answer your question.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's ever asked us that.
They haven't.
Yeah.
Well, look at me.
Yeah.
So I had the lens of, okay, I gotta find some of the most Philly films that we should watch. So let's make this list, like a big old list of essential Philly films that everyone should see.
Len loves lists.
Oh, okay. So some of that like innocence that I think you were talking about, Vincent, for the first time, I don't know how people might feel, but I've never seen The Sixth Sense.
Wow.
Right. This is, for those who don't know, this is a supernatural thriller about a child psychologist who gets linked with a child patient who's getting terrorized by these strange things that he sees. I literally finished it this morning before this conversation. Mind blown. Again, had that lens. Let me find the most Philly things in this film. So there were Philly homes, the Philly skyline, the old Philly skyline. Because this movie was made in 1999. Some of the language from the child's mother. I could hear a little like Delco accent in there. But yeah, this was a movie that I was shocked by the ending.
Yeah, I'm curious because that movie has been such a cultural touchstone for years. Were you already aware of the ending at all?
I was aware of when Haley Joel Osment says, "I see dead people."
Yeah.
I knew of that, but I didn't understand really Bruce Willis's impact in the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, spoiler alert for a 20-year-old movie. But,
apparently.
Yeah. But no, it is a very Philly film. It was the movie that put M. Night Shyamalan on the map, and God bless him because he keeps Philly on the map in most of his films. And it was like, I think it was a film that gave Philadelphia like this real serious treatment. Like Vincent, you talked about Trading Places, which is definitely a Philly film, filmed all over Philly. But it's a comedy. And it's Eddie Murphy and it's Dan Aykroyd. There's a little absurdist about it. But The Sixth Sense, even though it's a thriller, I think gave Philly that love that you see that Spike Lee gives to Brooklyn or that Scorsese gives to other aspects of New York. And I think that is what is on display in The Sixth Sense, and the reason why that resonated with people so much. And because he was really in the neighborhoods. Trading Places, for all as good as it is, it's kind of like, in the center city.
I was going to say it's in Rittenhouse.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually a Rittenhouse movie.
Yeah, it doesn't feel, so it's Philly, but it don't feel Philly. It's Philadelphia. It don't feel Philly.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense
there's a difference.
Philly. Philly.
Yeah.
Like, because I was thinking about his other movie, Unbreakable.
I was about to say, I think Unbreakable even expands on that.
Yes. Yeah. And Unbreakable really feels Philly to me because of all of his films. There's a scene in there that is done at Immaculate Conception Church on Price Street in Germantown. And I went to that church from 1st to 8th grade because I went to Immaculate Conception Elementary School. So for me, that was in the neighborhood. Right?
It's 30th Street Station. It's Roxborough.
Yep.
It's the comic shop. It's Ontario Street Comics. Like all throughout that film, it's like, oh yeah, this is a Philly film.
Yeah.
Well, seeing a place that you literally grew up in, how does that make you feel?
Oh, man, you know what? You start writing the whole backstory that the crew, because you know where they actually shot it. So like, oh, did they go across the street to Vasallo's to get the water ice? Or they even go down the street to Transilli's to get the better water ice? You know what I mean? Where the kids at Pastoria's looking outside, oh my God, they're shooting a movie across the street. So, it just puts it in a whole nother spectrum. And it even though you weren't there, you feel like you were there. It's like, that's I like this film.
Okay, so I said you said Trading Places, and I said Sixth Sense, you said Unbreakable. You're next, Vincent.
Oh, well, then let's just go ahead and get it out there. Like the most stereotypical of Philly films, which would of course be Rocky.
Right.
And as someone who moved to Philadelphia,
because you're from Baltimore.
I'm from Baltimore. Yeah, I'm Baltimore. My favorite thing to poke at my Philadelphia friends.
Here we go.
Is how the run that Rocky goes on does not make sense. But if you're not from Philadelphia, it's so iconic. Like, it's so perfect. Like, I don't understand why Philadelphia doesn't just move things around.
So that it matches.
Like, move Italian Market so that it's closer to the museum. Because it's so iconic and it's so identifiable with the city that, all jokes aside, it still resonates and it still works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with that, then came out the birth of Creed.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And so you could talk about the generational significance of this original Rocky series, now birthing a trilogy of Creed movies, and how, you know, a new audience came about. For me, I just had a problem with how Tessa Thomas said John.
It's a John
Another
controversy.
spoil alert. In the first Creed, Michael B. Jordan, who plays Adonis Creed, who is the son of Apollo Creed, who was Rocky's opponent turned friend, finds this love interest. Where did he find her? On Broad Street?
Yes.
Okay, found her on Broad Street.
Max's.
Yeah. They go to Max's, eating cheesesteaks, and she's trying to explain John. I'm like, y'all couldn't find no Philly girl to play this character?
No. I mean, they could have. They should have. But look, it's Tessa. Tessa Thompson could do no wrong for me. So
Yeah. She's a great actress, but it was just, can we work on the word John?
No one can say the word properly who's not from Philadelphia. So, unless you got a Philadelphia actress, it was going to be
suspect.
Okay.
You know, it was all good. Let's make believe.
Okay.
And despite all of the trappings, and I like Creed, but there's something about Creed that just doesn't feel super Philly to me. I recognize that it's shot in Philly. I recognize some of the location. God bless Max's, giving them the love that they deserve.
And moving it to North Philly.
I know, but there's something about it just, I don't know. Something about it just didn't hit as real to me. I don't know why. And maybe it's John. Maybe I don't know. But
Maybe was it Michael B. Jordan and just like
maybe it's Michael.
Big like presence as a Hollywood actor.
He doesn't seem Philly.
Right.
Well, but the character's not from Philly, though.
The character's from LA, wasn't
he?
That's
the thing.
Or something like that.
And that's the thing. So he feels like he's appropriating
so
Philly.
So you would have liked it better if Adonis was a Philadelphia native, played by an actor who,
I guess, I don't know.
But that wouldn't have made sense in the story.
That wouldn't have made sense story-wise.
Because Apollo Creed had no connection to Philly.
I would have actually preferred it if they didn't have to make it in Philly. Just do their thing.
So he comes and gets Rocky and takes him out to L.A.?
Yeah. Rocky wasn't doing nothing.
But then it would have turned a Philly story into a Hollywood story.
Which you get in Creed 3, but
yeah,
some of that grittiness would have been lost.
You need the connective tissue to Rocky.
Okay, y'all ain't gotta come at my neck. This is how I feel. Can I have my feelings?
Yeah.
Those are my feelings.
Right.
Okay.
There are other Philly films.
It does make sense, though.
No, it makes sense.
Okay.
It's just I recognize
you just don't like it.
I like the movie. It just doesn't feel authentically Philly to me for some reason.
Right. It's because you're from Philadelphia.
We've got more movies to talk about after this break. All right, so whose turn is it next? You said Rocky.
I said Rocky. Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Concrete Cowboy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
This was the 2020 film. It's a drama about a teenage boy who spends the summer with his dad. You know, he's rebellious. He pushes back on the rules, tries to test the boundaries. But then the two of them bond through the Fletcher Street Cowboys organization, which is a community of Black cowboys in Strawberry Mansion. This was Idris Elba.
You want to say that again?
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Who is not even American, okay?
Yeah.
Coming and playing this Philly character.
Yeah.
Is this a Philly film?
Yeah, it's a Philly film. It's a Philly film.
So what's the beef between Idris versus Michael B. Jordan?
It's not beef, and I have nothing to. One, I think Idris is, he's Idris. He's a he's Idris. He's an entity unto himself. But then there's just something almost mythological about the riding of the horses and the story, the celebrating that story. Such a smaller story, a real story,
a very specific story.
Yeah. And to me, in that way, a Philly story.
Yeah,
and that's why I really enjoyed that movie.
All right, Len, you're next.
Well, my next one, I've kind of mentioned it a little bit. Night Catches Us, the Tanya Hamilton film starring Anthony Mackie and Kerry Washington, shot here in Philly, set in the 70s, I think, 1976, about a former Black Panther returning home and dealing with some consequences because his neighborhood thinks he snitched and all this type of stuff. And it's a real personal film for Tanya Hamilton because it's pulled from some of her backstory. It's intense, but feels very lived in. It's very specific to the Black experience. But I think one of the, as a homer, one of the biggest reasons it resonates with me is that if you're in the acting game here in Philadelphia, especially the Black male acting game, as I was for a little bit. There's a buddy of mine, Nakia Dillard, who was in that film, has a speaking role. And if you know Nakia, he is one of the nicest men you will ever meet. The man walks with a smile no matter what. And so watching him do his thing and getting him to celebrate and share scenes with Kerry Washington and Anthony Mackie, I'm like, go ahead, Nakia, what's up, man? So that's why that's a personal one for me.
Nice. Vincent, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to go with 12 Monkeys.
Oh, that's a good one.
And 12 Monkeys resonates. First of all, it's just an amazingly brilliant film. It's part of this wave of films that comes out in this pocket, late 80s, 90s, just these really, really smart science fiction films. But as a Philadelphia film, I parallel it a bit with something like Trading Places.
Okay.
Where part of the role that the environment plays in Trading Places, like I think Trading Places, this story of these evil rich men making this bet and switching the lives of a poor man and a not so poor man has kind of a Charles Dickens feel to it. So Rittenhouse has this old kind of fable look, and or rather something out of London almost. And I thought that worked really well with Trading Places. 12 Monkeys has this otherworldly feel, and they shoot a lot of it in Eastern State Penitentiary and the Wanamaker Building downtown, which in the right lighting, there is something otherworldly about it. And one of the things that I love about Philadelphia is that Philadelphia is a place. Like, this is a place that you recognize. This is, if you put a blindfold on someone and say, where are you? Oh, well, this is Philadelphia. And there's this great sense of place that you get with 12 Monkeys that I think makes it a really great Philadelphia movie.
Interesting. So Bruce Willis is also in this film.
Yeah.
And he was in the film Sixth Sense, which we just mentioned earlier. Maybe he gets Philly.
Well, to Lynn's point, and I do think part of your resistance to Creed is Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson, frankly, are really pretty. And there's something earthy
about Bruce?
About Bruce Willis. I think he and Sylvester Stallone, there's an earthiness. There's a grit that I think goes with Philly.
Is a little bit more grit to Anthony Mackie than Michael B. Jordan. You might have a good point there.
Yeah.
You might have a
Kerry
point.
Washington's pretty.
She is pretty.
And then in The Night Catches Us, because I know you guys also talk about the details of the costumes and
yes.
hair.
Yes.
She has like a little fro
Yeah.
in that movie. Not very glamorous.
It's not glamorous.
I don't know.
I will go next. Okay. This one you may not have heard of. Again, I'm thinking of a lens of a Philly film. I wouldn't say this is a classic by any means, but I think it's just something to see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know Brotherly Love?
Yes.
This is a film by Jamal Hill,
Mm-hmm.
starring Keke Palmer,
Mm-hmm.
Corey Hardrick, and Romeo Miller. Big names. It's definitely not like a blockbuster
No.
at all. So the backstory is a lot of this filming was done at Overbrook High School in West Philly.
Oh, okay.
And basically it's a high school basketball player dealing with like life in the hood. Thoughts?
Well, why does it resonate with you?
Because I saw Overbrook. I saw a different neighborhood. We're coming out of Center City and we're going to a neighborhood that, I mean, I guess maybe Will Smith has talked about Overbrook before.
Absolutely.
But it takes us like more into the community.
Yes. Yeah. He's talked about it, but he not often has taken you there.
Right.
You know, this one does. It definitely feels of its neighborhood. It's a slept on film. I remember seeing it when it came out. It's been a minute since I've seen it. It's on the short list to come up on the mission. Keke Palmer is kind of like making that transition as far as in her acting career. So
Coming from like Aquila and the Bee,
Right.
and then now she's
growing up,
Yeah.
Right,
you know,
right.
starting to feeling herself a little bit. It's a fun movie. I think it's a film that, in the time that it came out, maybe gets lost in the sauce of some of the other films
Sure.
of the time. But it's definitely one worth shouting out and giving praise to. So yeah, give it some brotherly love.
Okay, who's next? I said Brotherly Love.
I will go with Beloved.
Beloved's
that's
a Philly film?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yes, it
that
is.
was filmed in Old City.
That's
as
a good pull.
Parts of Manny Young.
That's a good pull.
Oprah Winfrey, almost like a supernatural
Yeah,
thriller.
that's a good pull.
Tandy Newton, Danny Glover. I have a lot of friends that filmed in that film. They turned Old City, Philadelphia, turned back the hands of time to make it look of time, because I think what is that set, like in the 18?
Probably the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah,
because it's post-slavery.
Yeah,
Well, that's old thing.
Yeah, but and it was a thing that that Oprah was in town doing this movie, like taking over the city. Oh, and it's a beautiful film. It's an absolutely beautiful film. So I'll give you Beloved. Beloved is a touchstone.
Vincent, you're next.
Okay. I will end, appropriately enough, with Philadelphia. Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington.
The streets of Philadelphia.
And as someone who's not from Philadelphia, I've always admired all of the different ways that Philadelphia is depicted. And what I like about Philadelphia is you do get Center City. I'm sorry. Well, yes, Center City. And those wonderful row houses that if you're not from Philadelphia and you don't really know just how beautiful a lot of it is. Certainly there's some overlap, again, with something like Trading Places. But again, Trading Places has almost this fairy tale quality. It's like snow and it's Christmas, and it doesn't seem like a real place. But Philadelphia does, where you have these two lawyers who have done pretty well for themselves. It's more grounded. It's a more grounded depiction of a type of Philadelphia that if you're not from Philadelphia and you just think Philadelphia just looks like Rocky, it's like, oh, okay. So, and it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Which always helps.
That does help to sell it, indeed.
Okay, I've got some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Most important landmark that should be in every film set in Philly?
City Hall.
Patti LaBelle? She should be in every Philly film.
How?
I don't care.
Okay. I'm going to say City Hall,
Right.
Parkway, Kelly Drive, Boathouse Road.
Sure.
Something.
What?
You want her to be like Alfred Hitchcock?
Yes.
Just sort of wander around.
Just Patti LaBelle.
Do you want her to sing?
She's getting on the bus. She can sing.
She can do
just
different
be
things.
there.
She can do different
Just different
things.
cameos.
She could be serving the cheesesteak.
Right.
Patti LaBelle should be if Stan Lee can be in every Marvel movie, Patti LaBelle can be in every Philly movie.
Okay.
All right. What Philly neighborhood deserves a movie?
Germantown.
A Night Catches Us was in Germantown, right?
Yeah, there's parts of it in Germantown,
Okay.
yeah.
You took Germantown from me. I'm going to say Old City.
Old City?
Old City. Between 1st and 3rd.
I thought you would have maybe gone Mount Airy.
Well, I think Germantown kind of
Germantown, Mount Airy. Okay.
Presses into
Okay.
that. Okay, fair enough.
I don't really even know how to answer my own question. North Philly.
Mm.
And I feel like North Philly is complicated because we call it North Philly.
Yeah.
But there's different parts of North Philly that are not like other parts of North Philly.
I know.
But we haven't really figured out how to classify that just yet.
The Hispanic part of North Philly is fascinating.
Yeah. That's true. Northeast,
yeah.
That's a whole.
But the
whole
Northeast, you wouldn't know that you were in the Northeast on film. There's no like, oh, that's Northeast.
Maybe if you see Roosevelt Boulevard,
Okay, yeah.
That could
You
show
would need that to be the landmark. Okay. What current social, environmental, political issue or story that you know of should be turned into a Philly film?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Oh, Move.
The Move bombing, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be a powerful movie. I was just
yeah.
talking to somebody about that. Yeah, that's a good one. Move is good. So I will say Kensington, specifically around the Allegheny area, quote unquote, I think they call it the Badlands.
Yeah, K&A.
Yeah, there's some stories to be told there.
Yeah. Great answers. I'm going to add this one. I feel like we need another inspirational sports film, but this time with the characters of young girls.
Okay.
Especially the ones who are involved in wrestling.
Okay.
The Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association, or a lot of us know as that PIAA, voted to sanction girls wrestling as an official high school and junior high sport. I actually sat down with 3 state qualifying wrestlers from Penwood High School, and these girls are setting records. I feel like let's see more young women as main characters in sports films.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can resonate for that wholeheartedly. And speaking of women in sports, a name that should ring out in a Philadelphia film is Dawn Staley.
There you go. Len, Vincent, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of CityCast Philly.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, we appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
You can catch Len and Vincent on the Me Show Mission, wherever you listen to podcasts. That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode, please share this with a friend. Also, rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. And don't forget, you can support our show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Philly neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.